Why did she marry a madman? Did she marry him to fulfill her devilish desires? Was she under a spell? Or did she make this choice willingly? Sit back, grab some popcorn, and listen to the story of a girl who married a madman.
In the land of Manyara, there lived a young girl named Imani. Her mother died when she was just a baby, and her father Akiri eventually married a woman named Mama Tatu. At first, Mama Tatu acted kind, but soon her true colors showed. She treated Imani like a servant, making her do all the housework, while her own daughter, Tatu, lived in comfort. Every morning, Imani would rise before the sun, collect firewood, fetch water from the river, and clean the compound. Mama Tatu constantly found fault. "You lazy girl," she would shout, "can't you do anything right?" Even when Imani worked hard, her stepmother was never praised. Imani's father, Akiri, was a busy farmer who often traveled to distant markets to sell his crops. He did not know how much suffering his daughter endured when he was not around. And whenever he returned home, Mama Tatu acted as though she cared for Imani, fooling him with her sweet words. As the year passed, Imani grew into a beautiful young woman, her heart kind despite the harshness she faced. But this only made Mama Tatu more envious. She feared that Imani's beauty and gentle nature would overshadow her own daughter, Tatu, when it came time for marriage. So she devised a cruel plan. One day, Mama Tatu heard a rumor about a madman who lived in the forest beyond the village. The people of Manyara believed he was cursed, roaming the wilderness alone, his mind lost. No one dared to go near him. The villagers spoke of his dark clothes, unkempt hair, and the strange noises he made. Mama Tatu saw this as an opportunity. She thought, if I marry Imani off to the madman, I will get rid of her forever. She went to Imani one evening and said,
Imani, it is time for you to marry. I have found a husband for you, and you will leave tomorrow. Imani was surprised and frightened. But Mama Tatu, who is this man? She asked. A good man, Mama Tatu lied. You will meet him soon.
early the next morning, Mama Tatu arranged for some men to take Imani deep into the forest to where the madman was said to live. They walked for hours, crossing rivers and climbing hills, until they reached a clearing where a small dirty hut stood.
The men left her there and quickly returned to the village without saying a word. Imani
Left alone, standing in front of the hut, she was terrified. She had heard the story of the madman and did not know what would happen to her. Just then, a figure appeared from the shadow of the forest. He looked wild, with tangled hair, dirty clothes, and a distant look in his eyes. He did not speak, only grunted as he motioned for her to enter the hut. That night, Imani wept, feeling abandoned and lost. The man did not hurt her, but he was strange, and she did not know how to survive in such a place. Days passed, and she worked to make the hut lively, gathering food and water, keeping herself busy as she always had. Strangely, the madman sometimes helped her, though he remained silent most of the time. One evening, as the sun set behind the trees, Imani noticed the madman sitting by a stream, staring at the water. She approached him carefully. "Why do you live here, so far from everyone?" she asked. To her surprise, the madman spoke. his voice soft but clear. I was not always like this, he said. I'm Prince Juma from the neighboring village of Nyara. I disguised myself as a madman to escape the first love and greed of those who sought to marry me for my wealth. I wanted to find someone who would love me for who I am, not for what I have. Imani was shocked. A prince? She whispered. Yes, Juma said. I left my kingdom to live here, testing the hearts of people. Many have come and freed in fear. But you stayed. You treated me with kindness, even when you thought I was mad. That is why you are different, Imani. You have passed the test. Imani could hardly believe it. The man everyone thought was mad was actually a prince in disguise. She had been sent to him as a cruel punishment by her stepmother, but now she realized that fate had brought her here for a reason.
The next morning, Prince Juma revealed his true identity. He washed away the dirt and gleamed, dressed in fine robes he had hidden away, and cut his hair. Imani stood amazed at the transformation. Before her was not a madman, but a noble and handsome prince. Together, they traveled back to the kingdom of Nyara. When they arrived, Juma was welcomed with joy by his people, who had long wondered where their prince had gone. Imani was introduced as his bride, and the kingdom celebrated for days. The news of Imani's marriage to the prince soon reached Manyara. When Mama Tatu heard the news, she was furious. She had planned to get rid of Imani forever, but instead, Imani had become a princess. Filled with jealousy and regret, Mama Tatu realized that her cruelty had backfired. Her own daughter Tatu was left unmarried, while Imani now lived in a palace. Imani never returned to the village. She and Prince Juma lived happily in the kingdom of Nyara, where she was loved and respected. Her days of suffering were over, and her heart was finally at peace. As for Mama Tatu, she remained in Manyara, consumed by her envy, watching as Imani's name was spoken with admiration by everyone. She had lost everything by trying to harm the one person who deserved only kindness. In the end, the story of Imani and the madman prince became a legend told in village far and wide, reminding everyone that true love and kindness could never be hidden by disguise or cruelty.